everyone, Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Vallejo, California. Lots of playtime lately. Here's another exclusive for Patreon and for my hands-on students for next week. And we are working with a book cover. So this can be done on any of your pages as well, but my book needs a cover. So that's what I played with today. All right, that's about all I have to say on this rainy day. See you on the table. Here's your project for today. Very easy, very fun. It's the cover on a book, front and back. It is texture paste and black gesso and sandpaper and a spray ink of your choice. I used Cattail Copper Brown by Lindy's. But you can use any color you want. I went for a subdued, more like a wood appearance. But you can use any color you want, of course. And then we hit this procedure, this technique, in a previous video. I will leave a link to that. So, I love it. All right, I was supposed to be straightening my studio, but I ran across the back of this book and I just want to play with it a little bit. So I have a stencil and my palette knife and my homemade texture paste. So if you haven't made the texture paste, you must. It is really fun to work with. Growling stomach. Really fun to work with. Lasts forever. Dries nice and hard. Fun to play with. What else can I say? Cheap. Easy to make. I do have a recipe, but for this one I just went by sight, and it's baby powder and gesso and Mod Podge. So equal amounts of Mod Podge and gesso, and then enough baby powder to make it fluffer-nutter texture. So I'm just going to go through the back of the book and apply some texture paste through the stencil to the back of this book. And then maybe I will clean my studio. I have a couple of templates to send out. I do send out templates for the mailable art video, mailable art envelope video. So I have a couple of those ready to go out. I do need to do a shout out about the New Zealand workshop. A couple openings in that. Would love to have you join us. Very exciting. 4.5 days of playing together on the table with altered book instructions. I supply most of the supplies. You have to bring your own book. There's a list of things that you will bring, but I bring all the fun stuff to play with. So we have a great time. We do have a great time. We did it in Australia, and we are doing it in New Zealand. All right, just go forward, cover the whole thing through your stencil with your amazing texture paste. All right, I have texture paste all over the back cover. It does not have to be an even thickness throughout. That doesn't matter. And I'm going to carefully remove the stencil. And it is already way fun. I'm going to let this dry. So I'm bringing in the black gesso, and I'm just painting over that texture paste. Now, black gesso is different than black acrylic. It does respond differently. We are going to be sanding this. And if it's acrylic, it does have like a plastic feel to it. So it will sheet off differently. It will sand off differently. The black gesso is chalky, and so it sands off better. My experience anyway. let it dry. Okay, so the black gesso and the texture paste are all nice and dry. Now I'm going to bring in my sandpaper and really give it a good sanding. Now I prefer the sanding lines to all go in the same direction, but it's artist's choice if you want to go in every which way, okay? When you get the sanding all done, just wipe all the powder off because there will be some. And you'll notice it smells a bit like baby powder. Now I have Lindy's Cattail Copper Brown. And I'm going to just spray that on the back of this book where we've sanded. And paint it on with my brush. And let that dry. Alright, all dry. I'm going to bring my sandpaper back in and just rough this up so we have some dimension in the texture, in the color. Brush all the dust off. Bring in your Stabilo. Go around the edges of the cover with your Stabilo. Blend that in. Kind of looks like wood, huh? It's beautiful. Gorgeous. So I did this on the front. And I put that rusted microscope slide in the front. So our book is done on the front and on the back. And we'll do something fun on the spine. So here it is. Go create, go play, go have fun.